Welcome back, my magical star beings. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how do people view you. In terms of your pile selection, you can either choose the pile you're most drawn to, or you can pick your pile based off your zodiac, which is in the thumbnail. So for pile 1, we have the fairy crystal with the high priestess. For pile 2, we have Amethyst with the Queen of Cups. And for pile 3, we have rose quartz with the full reverse. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below. If you'd like to support the channel by watching the sponsored segment of the video, I would appreciate it, but then I will see you at your reading. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no-risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. Pile 1, you chose the fairy crystal and the high priestess. We're going to be taking a look at how do people view you. So, spirit guides of my pile 1s, please tap me into their energy as well as people's perception of them. Please show me, how do people view my pile number 1s? How do people view my pile 1s? We have the Nine of Wands. I heard perfect. So some people may see you as kind of perfect, no flaws. Page of Cups reverse. And the Chariot. I also get that people think you have some kind of good sense of humor. You know how to make humorous jokes, amuse people in some way. You probably have this intense gaze that kind of just makes people feel like you're seeing right through them. People see you as very perceptive and observant, and there's something about you smelling really good too. You could have voluminous curls or wavy hair, or maybe you kind of like curl your hair to look that way if it's not like your hair naturally being that way. I feel like people often envy the curls in your hair, or the volume in your hair, or the thickness or the length of your hair. Not in a way where it's harsh, but kind of like, oh, I would like your kind of hair. I wish I had hair like yours kind of energy. People may also see you as very private and mysterious. You have a good read on people as well, maybe a good judge of character. People may sometimes view you as shy, especially in first meeting. But people also see you as a quite busy person with a busy schedule, and maybe you're always like rushing to get things done in your to-do list, like rushing around, running errands, always busy kind of energy, always productive. There's something about the contrast between your hair color, your skin color, and your features on your face. I'm seeing like a high contrast beauty. People also tend to admire the way you do your makeup. I feel like it accentuates your natural beauty. You could like to do darker color eyes, like maybe a smoky eye, do eyeliner, or do like more darker toned lipsticks like how we see here or here. This kind of looks like a little bit of a mauve color, like purplish. I'm also seeing someone decorate a Christmas tree in my mind's eye, so maybe people could kind of view you as the type of person that decorates every year for the holidays. I'm seeing some kind of uniqueness where maybe you haven't always felt like you fit in, but I'm also seeing a crown on your head, so people could kind of see you embodying queen energy or king energy, where it's like you know your own value, your own worth, and you carry yourself like royalty. There's something about being a good listener and having a good music taste. And there's something about you always like being there for others, supportive of others when they need it, even like strangers. A stranger could vent to you and tell you their whole life story, and you're just listening. You're not necessarily stopping them or interrupting them. People view you as very polite in every situation, even with strangers. But there's also some kind of self-protection here in which maybe you don't open up to people immediately. Maybe you're seen as kind of like an undersharer at first because you're protecting yourself, guarding yourself with the Nine of Wands, guarding your heart. I think people kind of see you as a little bit intimidating, scared to mess with you, scared to create drama with you or problems with you. Some may even feel like you always have your eye on them, in the sense where if they were to do something wrong to you, you would clock it immediately. You're not naive in any way. People may also view you as quite spiritual, or they may wonder about your spiritual beliefs with the High Priestess. You may be very intuitive. I keep picking up on this energy of shyness and nervousness. People also see it as like a challenge to get to know you, because maybe you're very guarded, where it's like you don't let people in easily. So it's almost like they have to go above and beyond to get you to notice them or talk to them. Even though you're polite, you're not necessarily too friendly, especially with strangers. There's something about like some people perceiving you as the type of person that has some kind of power that other people are always trying to take away from you. So maybe it's like you've lived experiences where you kind of knew your worth, where you kind of stood in your power and somebody else was almost trying to take you out of your power. People see you as someone that doesn't necessarily like to have problems or drama in your life. You're a little bit more mature in your mindset, but there is one particular person that you may have some kind of like rivalry with, that you may see as like, I wouldn't call them an enemy per se, because I don't think you would see them that way, but maybe they see you that way. That person I'm picking up on. And maybe other people know about that person's kind of like either beef with you or one-sided beef with you. And that kind of like alters their perception of you, but not in a bad way. How it alters their perception of you is that they see you always like trying to ignore this person, trying to like just live your life and ignore it. But then this person keeps like trying to come at you in some way, doesn't want to let it go. And I feel like there's something about like certain people taking sides that I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I guess it kind of affects how people view you, which is why it's showing up here, but not in a bad way. I guess some people are just like liking the tea, where they kind of focus a lot on that. People view you as somebody that is changing, growing as a person, expanding. And it's like people are trying to get to know the new version of you that you're becoming right now, because they can see that you're not the same as you used to be. There's also something about people knowing that you have stability, or that you seem very stable, and that you're also protective over those you love, fiercely loyal. There's something about having a unique fashion style and unique approach to things or situations in your life, as well as having a lot of wisdom. I see creativity. I see somebody that could possibly be a good parent, whether you have kids or not. That's kind of how people view you, as you could be a good parent or you are a good parent. And that you would encourage like creativity in your kids. Because I'm seeing like a kid's handprint on the wall, but it's like covered in paint. So it's like the kid is like using their hand to kind of like put their fingerprint on the wall with paint. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. People could also view you as the type of person that may want to travel a lot, that isn't afraid of challenge. Like you kind of show up in this resilient energy where you can deal with a challenge and overcome it. There's also a strong independence showing through. A little bit distant at first, but once a person gets to know you, you're the sweetest person ever. And people may also view you as the type of person that always gets back up after you fall down, like metaphorically. Like when you go through things, you always pick yourself back up. There may be also an impatience here. Like when you want something, you want it now. You may also be the type of person that likes things done fast. Like either a task, maybe you walk fast, talk fast, something like that. I see someone that always has their headphones in or earphones in. And I'm getting this vibe that some people may have seen you as like the damsel in distress they need to help, like when you're going through challenges or problems. But I see you kind of being defensive and being like, I don't need your saving. And then they kind of like realize, oh, okay, I should back off. Strength reverse, Five of Swords reverse, and the Empress reverse. So some may view you as somebody that is dealing with your own insecurities at the moment. Some may view you as quite detached with the King of Cups reverse at the back of the deck. And I see this energy that some may view you as the type of person that kind of like runs from your emotions, because you may feel things so deeply to the point where it's chaotic or intense that you distract yourself from your feelings with like work or tasks you need to do. It's kind of like you don't want to sit with those feelings. That's how others perceive it, or some people perceive it. May or may not be true, but that's what I'm picking up on. I also see this energy of people seeing you as trustworthy. Even though you can be a little bit private and secretive at first, people do trust you and see you as somebody that would never like betray them or lie to them or go behind their back. There's also a vulnerability here with strength. Once you get to know a person, like maybe at first when you are first getting to know a person, you're a little bit distant, a little bit of an undersharer, but once you're close with the person and you see their loyalty, then maybe you start to open up from there and start to show your vulnerabilities. There's something about erasing one's mistakes and fixing it. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I don't know what that pertains to, but I'm seeing somebody like erase a mistake and fix it in my mind's eye. So maybe when you do make mistakes, you always try to fix it. Or when you do something wrong with a person, you always try to fix it. And people do appreciate that about you. They view it as like very mature, that you're able to take accountability and move forward. People see you as very sweet, because I'm seeing like a cake in my mind's eye, or you could have a sweet tooth. Maybe you love cakes. What I'm also seeing is, I keep seeing like these strong features that kind of stand out. So maybe people perceive it as like you have strong features. I also see this energy of like you being able to admit where you went wrong, or maybe what you're not the best at, but you're also able to admit what you're good at. There's like a humbleness here. But some people believe that you should be more confident, that you don't have to be humble all the time, that you can like kind of accept the praise from other people, and it doesn't make you egotistical. Or that if you were to brag a little bit, people would understand, wouldn't see you differently. Like, some people perceive it as you're so humble, but sometimes it's okay to like brag a little bit or show off what you have. Like, people wouldn't see you differently. The Devil reverse and the Queen of Wands reverse, as well as the Knight of Swords reverse. You're probably like the least impulsive person they know. You always like think before you do things. Maybe even to the point where you overthink so much that you procrastinate on things you want to do, or that you end up putting it off because you overthink so much. Although you are seen as like this productive person, sometimes you may doubt yourself or overthink a lot, where it prevents you from actually taking the steps you want to take. And some people see it as like you have a lot of potential to achieve a lot, but maybe sometimes you get in your own way with putting things off or procrastinating or not believing in yourself. So people tend to compare you to others that maybe can't take responsibility or accountability or apologize. And that's why there's this genuine appreciation here, because it's like they've seen the opposite in other people, and that's kind of what I see. I also see this energy where people tend to kind of pretend that they're not obsessed with you, even though they are. Like, some people, I wouldn't say everybody's obsessed with you, because that's a little bit unrealistic to think. But I see some people kind of hiding their obsession from you. I also see this energy of some people comparing themselves to you in some way. There's also this energy of like you'll forgive a person, but you'll never forget what they did. And you'll never like fully let your guard down with them until they show you like a changed behavior. Maybe you'll heal, but you'll never fully like let go of it. For some of you, it could like be holding grudges, but it doesn't have to be for all of you. We have Temperance reverse. and the Ace of Swords reverse. I'm seeing someone complain about the cost of living in my mind's eye. Sometimes you confuse people with the Ace of Swords reverse. I'm going to try to figure out why. Why is there a confusion here? The World reverse and the Eight of Cups reverse. Okay, these are people that maybe lack emotional intelligence, that are curious, not coming from a malicious place, but they lack emotional intelligence. And it's kind of like they wonder why you're still holding on to things, why you don't let things go, even when it's not currently happening in your life. But the way I see it is something could not be happening to us at the moment, but that trauma lives in our body and our mind replays it so that we can find healing. But they don't understand because maybe it's not happening to you anymore, but you're still kind of holding on to it. And there's no shame in that. I've been there before. I'm also seeing like kissable lips, or someone that's a good kisser, someone that's very romantic, but may not always show that side of themselves directly at first. Maybe it's like you also take a long time to leave people. Like, let's say you have a toxic relationship in your life. Maybe sometimes it's like you make excuses for that person, or you stay in that person's life until it's like they've done you so wrong that you're like forced to leave or forced to look at what they did. Maybe that was a past energy for some and you're moving out of that energy. But I kind of just see this energy of loyal to a fault, where sometimes you stay in people's lives longer than you should. And I don't know why I feel like crying in this energy. So it's maybe like emotionally charged. Maybe I'm picking up on wounds of yours. But overall, I think that sometimes people see you as like someone that can kind of be contradictory in your personality. You can be this and that at the same time. And it's like you have a strong emotional intelligence and you're able to understand people. People often feel understood by you even in the first meeting, where it's like they compare it to maybe people they've known for long and they don't feel understood by that person. But sometimes people feel like you're hard to read, a little bit confusing. Okay, so now I'm going to pull some zodiac signs and initials. I'm hoping to pull yours or the ones of those that are viewing you this way. I also see this energy of somebody that, trigger warning, is a survivor of SA. And if you did go through that, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. And I'm seeing like some kind of energy of like conservativeness in the way you dress, where you don't show anything. Okay, let's see what initials and zodiacs we have. Okay, so we have Scorpio. I'm hearing the song Tyrant by Kali Uchis, Cancer, Aquarius, Gemini. And that song was about like, please don't be a tyrant, something like that in my life. Capricorn and Leo. Something about a beautiful smile too, G. Oh, we have an extra one with Libra. We have F. I'm seeing like a big smile. A big, beautiful smile. G, F, D, O, Q, K, L, E, S, T, X. People also like the kind of jerseys, sweaters you wear in winter. H, V, O, E, I, J, and A. So that is all I have for you, Pal 1. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this resonated in the comments below. If you like the reading and you want to check out my membership, I do post an exclusive video on there every week. So thank you for being here and watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pal 2, you chose the Amethyst crystal and the Queen of Cups card. We're going to be taking a look at how do people view you. So, spirit guides of my pile number 2s, please tap me into the energy of my pile 2s and people's perception of them. So firstly, I'm seeing a generosity with you. I'm seeing a helping hand in my mind's eye and the Six of Pentacles. What was I also seeing? I was also seeing something about people liking catch-up sessions with you, like friends of yours or people you're closer to. They always perceive it as like every time they have a catch-up session with you, there's so much tea, there's so much like interesting stories you have to tell. Or people are just like interested in your life and what's going on in your life. I wouldn't be surprised if people also like stalk your social media or ask questions about you to other people to see what's going on in your life. So the Ace of Wands reverse, Five of Cups, and the Nine of Cups reverse. People really cherish you, my pile 2s, and they see you as somebody that is so sweet, so kind, so loving, very connected to your emotions, very feminine if you're a woman. But there's overall this energy of you just showing a lot of depth in your personality. And even people that don't know you well can see that you're a deeper person. A lot of people want to move to like a deeper level in connections with you, but they don't always know how to say it. I feel like some people want that with you, but they don't know how to actually make that happen. People also see you as compassionate, understanding. When I look at this Queen of Cups card, I see you kind of comforting a friend that's crying. But people also perceive it as like maybe you've gone through things yourself too with the Five of Cups. I don't think people know what it is that you went through, but they kind of see that. They can kind of just see it from maybe like your demeanor, that you've been through some things before. Well, there's a kind of like vibe there that they pick up on, but they don't exactly know if it's true. There's something about your body looking really good. I pick up on somebody that isn't like afraid to share their feelings or their sensitivities with others, and a lot of people view it as like, oh, you know, this person cares a lot. Oh, they're a keeper. Oh, I would love to have them as a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend because of those qualities and traits they have. There's also something about you kind of showing up as this person that is more chilled or laid back. You're not the most bubbly type of person. Like if you say hi to a person, you're not gonna like be so bubbly in a way that is fake. So I'm not saying bubbly people are fake, because there are some bubbly people that kind of like are just happy all the time, and I'm not saying that, but the way people are perceiving it is kind of like, if you're not necessarily like excited in the moment, you're not gonna pretend to be. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting here from the Ace of Wands reverse. Like, you're kind of just being yourself. You're being real. You're not like pretending to smile, pretending to be excited if you're not really excited. Does that make sense? And then with the Nine of Cups reversed, what I'm picking up on is someone that's maybe like vocal about what they don't like, what they do like. People kind of perceive it as you know what you want and you know what you don't want. And maybe there's this energy of like, in relationships, you know what you want, what you don't want. And if somebody's like constantly disappointing you, you don't want that energy around you. There are certain things that are important to you in relationships, and there's certain deal breakers that you have, and you're not gonna kind of push that aside just to keep somebody in your life. There's something unforgettable about you, pile 2. And people also perceive you as somebody that kind of knows how to put on a show, knows how to attract attention to you, whether you're trying to or not. Like, it's kind of like the attention's on you. I'm also getting the word dramatic in a good way. I'm getting kind of like Leo moon energy for some, but also a lot of water sign energy. We will get more zodiacs later on. And I see some people, well, a lot of people like clapping for you, wanting you to win in life, wanting you to succeed. And some people even like, I don't know what this energy I'm picking up on is, if it's like people you know in real life, if it's like followers online, but I'm seeing some people kind of like fan over you, cheer you on in some way. There's also something about you being realistic, not necessarily giving into a fantasy. And you also won't let people sell you dreams. And you also don't appreciate like empty promises. You're probably someone that doesn't ask for much in relationships, but you ask for like respect, decency, all that. And maybe at the moment, some of you are kind of going through some kind of creative block or feeling kind of like a lack of excitement for the things that used to bring you joy. I guess there's something about like losing your spark and finding it again after going through pain with the 5 of Cups next to the Ace of Wands reverse. I'm also seeing somebody that's adventurous, loves to travel, loves to go on like hikes, stuff like that. We have the Death card reverse. I am picking up on somebody that felt as though they lost you, felt as though, maybe this is multiple people, felt as though they wanted to keep you in their life, but somehow last moment they messed up and didn't mean to. And they're still not over you. They're kind of perceiving you as the one that got away. That's just the energy I felt intuitively from the Death card reverse. Also, I almost dropped the Tarot card when I pulled that card. So that's why I'm perceiving it that way. Like, I wanted to keep you, but I did something to mess up last minute. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords reverse and the 7 of Wands reverse. There's this energy of like learning to trust again, learning to let your guard down with people after going through situations that maybe cause trust issues for you. And there is someone from your past or multiple people from your past trying to almost get in back into your life, and it's almost like they're having this feeling towards you of like, why don't you trust me? I don't understand why you don't trust me. Why don't you trust me? And it's very persistent, that energy. People are curious and wonder if you're happy at this moment of your life with the Sun reverse. I'm trying to tap into what this is. Just give me a second. Because I heard, are you happy? Like, genuinely, are you happy? This is somebody that's observing you a lot to multiple people and they care about you, because I see someone like holding your hand. I'm seeing runes in my mind that I don't know what they are, what they mean. Let me just Google different runes and see if I recognize them. I think I'm seeing the one that almost looks like what I'm seeing on Google, and it says inherited land. Maybe that's significant for someone. And I think I'm seeing the one for partnership, generosity, relationships. I don't know if some of you read runes or something. I'm not sure if it's like ancestral energies I'm picking up on that used to read runes. And then I'm also getting the one with like heritage, ancestry, experience, land of birth. I think it's Odal and Gebo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but since I'm asking like who this is, maybe this is family, since I was picking up on like an ancestral rune. Or just people that feel like family to you, like people that kind of like want to support you emotionally in some way. There's a sassiness here too, and a kind of fierceness. I'm seeing someone like throw sass at another person and be like, talk to the hand in like a sassy tone, and then the other person like laughs at it, finds it cute and funny. I'm also seeing someone in like a wedding veil, so I don't know if a lot of people in this pile are married or if people just perceive you as like marriage material in dating and love. I'm also seeing, I don't know what this means, but I'm just like seeing different visions for you. I'm seeing Alice in Wonderland, the scenes where she's like getting bigger and smaller. And I'm seeing her be like upside down. I don't know if that was an actual scene where she's like upside down, where everything's upside down. Let me just try see what that means based off Google. Sorry. I don't know what it means. Okay, so I'm just reading based off Google. It says Alice in Wonderland upside down can refer to the nonsensical and inverted world of Wonderland itself, symbolizing a state where normal rules and logic are reversed. It also refers to the real life. Alice in Wonderland syndrome, a neurological condition where a person's perception of size, distance, and even their own body is distorted. It's a world of inversions, reverse cause and effects, challenging social norms. Okay. And I'm gonna check what it means when she's like going bigger and smaller. It says here, the meaning of Alice's constant size changes in Alice's adventure in Wonderland primarily symbolizes the unpredictable and often awkward process of growing up and the accompanying struggle to form a stable identity. So it represents the loss of identity, where she's questioning her sense of self and place in the world, and the difficult process of finding a new one. So maybe there's some kind of like transformation happening in your self-perception and finding yourself. Maybe people perceive it as like you're finding yourself right now. And through that comes kind of like trial and error. And maybe that shows through the physical world too, where it's like, for example, you're trying to find yourself and then it's like you're changing your style constantly, trying to see what works with you. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm changing my majors that I'm studying because I'm trying to find what works with me, what I like. That could be an example of the energy. It also represents power and helplessness, adapting to the world, and growth in real life. Okay, let's get some more cards. I don't know why the messages are coming through in a way where it's like that, but okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. I'm also smelling books. I don't know if I'm picking up on like, and it's not just because of this book here, but like when I pulled this card, I was smelling the scent of like library books. So maybe I'm picking up on somebody that reads a lot or is very intelligent. But she's kind of keeping the book close to her chest here. So maybe there's something about keeping your cards close to your chest, not revealing everything about yourself and your life. We have the Magician reverse. And we have the Knight of Wands reverse with the King of Wands reverse. Okay, what I'm about to tell you, I don't want you to take personally, but I see it here. I pick up on somebody that was in your life that was very manipulative. I don't get that you're in this person's life anymore or close to this person anymore. You're probably distancing yourself from them, trying to find your own independence outside them. And I feel like you're trying to move on, you're trying to move forward with your life. But this person is kind of trying to like badmouth you, trying to like, what's the word? When people like try to change the person's perception of you. There's like a specific word. Oh, smear campaign. Sorry, I was like trying to find the exact word. So I'm picking up on that type of energy where it's like this person's bad mouthing you to a lot of people, calling you the manipulative one, just basically trying to turn it all on you. And that's why I say they're coming across as very manipulative here. I don't know if they gaslighted you a lot, always did that, like tried to pin the thing that they did on you, place blame on you when it's like they did something wrong. And it's like they're angry because they can no longer manipulate you or control you. I don't want to focus on that energy too much, but it may be kind of affecting or influencing people's perception of you or view of you at the moment. But I feel like the real people in your life know you and know that this person is lying. But it seems like they are kind of manipulating certain people's perception of you, which is not the best to see, but I have to be honest with what I see here. It's kind of like a tactic they're using to try get you to react in some way, or to try get you back talking to them or something like that. It's like they're trying to almost like get you to talk to them through provoking you in some way. It's very strange. There's something about the jewelry that you wear that people notice. People also think that you're very intelligent, that you're always open to learning, growing. There's something about a practicality with this pile, trying to make everything practical and functional in a way. Trying to make the process convenient for you and others. Like, for example, I see somebody at work and they're creating their to-do list based off what is making most sense. Like, what's most practical in the moment. Okay, I move from this task to this task because it makes most sense. So I'm seeing something like that. I don't know exactly what to call it, but that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. And I'm seeing this energy of like, maybe once you used to like put a lot of pressure on yourself to always achieve, to always succeed. But right now, it's kind of like you're trying to just live your life and be, and not put so much pressure or expectation on yourself to succeed or be somewhere. It's like you're trying to find your internal happiness outside just like achievements, because maybe at one point you were like achieving a lot, and don't get me wrong, you still are now, but it's kind of like it didn't necessarily fulfill you or make you feel better in any way like you thought it would. So now it's like you're trying to find your own value outside of that, instead of like putting your value in your achievements. Does that make sense? I'm seeing that energy. I'm also seeing like very healthy hair or very nice hair. And there's also like a flirtatiousness with this pile, where like even when you're being kind with people, sometimes people misread it as you flirting with them, or you could be good at flirting, good at charming people with your words. People feel like you're unpredictable, like they can't keep their eyes off of you. Like once they start staring at you, they can't keep their gaze off of you. There's something breathtaking about your beauty, where people just constantly want to stare at you. You're also a good time to be around. Like, I'm seeing people at like some kind of restaurant where there's like a lot of people and they're all like drinking together and going cheers. So maybe you're like fun to be around in social settings. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull some zodiacs and initials now. Hopefully this was informative enough. I'm also hearing ownership. That could either be in regards to things you actually own, like physical items, or taking ownership for things you've done. And I'm also seeing this energy of like allowing other people to lean on you, but also allowing yourself to lean on others when it's needed. But also at the same time, you still have your own independence, or you're busy creating that. Okay, so if you like my reading so far and you want to see more exclusive content of mine, I do have a membership where I post on there weekly. And also let me know how this has resonated for you so far in the comments below. We have Aries coming up first. We have Leo. I bit my tongue when I pulled Aries, so maybe there's an Aries that is speaking about you, but biting my tongue makes me think that they stopped themselves from saying what they wanted to say, either about you or to you. We also have Leo. We have Taurus, Libra. I'm also getting this energy of like being able to start over again from scratch. Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Okay, we have the initial I. I see people remembering like fond memories with you or funny memories, and that kind of like alters their perception of you, where they always like view you in a positive light because of those positive memories. We have IYL. Oh, we have I love you. So maybe a lot of people love you. We have Z, D, N, J. I'm also seeing someone that's good at like fixing things around the home. M, S, E, U, X, and C. So that is all I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching and being here, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 3, you chose the rose quartz crystal and the full reverse. We're going to be taking a look at how do people view you. So immediately I'm seeing this energy of somebody that is kind of intimidating and unapproachable in a good way. People want to approach you like strangers in public and get to know you, but they don't know like how. They're too scared to, they're too nervous to. I even see some crushing on you, wanting to approach you, but they don't know how. And I see some, I guess this would be like people you've maybe had drama with, wanting to approach you with their true feelings, where there's like negative intentions there, but they're too afraid to, too cowardly to. The full reverse can represent someone that is showing up in a more serious energy. So people could view you as more serious right now. It's like you calculate the risks you're going to take. You don't just take it foolishly. There's also something about having big eyes. The Three of Wands reverse, the Sun reverse, and I'm hearing the occult, so maybe some of you are into the occult or spirituality. Three of Wands reverse, the Sun reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. I'm seeing this energy of true friendship. Like I'm seeing a trio friendship, but it doesn't have to be. But I'm seeing like people that are truly, truly friends, like truly have each other's backs. Maybe people just perceive you as someone that is a good friend to the friends that you have, and they can tell you're genuine and that you care a lot about them. That makes other people also want to be friends with you, but again, they don't know how to approach you. There's something about an expressive face, like you don't say what's on your mind, but your face tells on you. Like, let's say somebody is annoying you, you show it on your face. And I feel like sometimes people notice it. Because I'm just seeing like in my mind's eye you being annoyed by someone and like rolling your eyes at them, making a face. And it's kind of making me laugh. Okay, so I also see this energy of somebody that's like more of a type B type of person, kind of likes to go with the flow, likes to take it day by day, doesn't necessarily like to plan everything out, likes to maybe do things last minute, but maybe does well under pressure. What I'm also picking up on here is that a lot of people feel as though they'd be compatible with you and feel like they would get along with you. So people perceive you as somebody that's very likable. And maybe there's also something about having a good reputation here. I also see your coworkers liking you and liking your work ethic. I also see this expansive energy with you. You think in this like expansive mindset, and your energy is expansive. You're not stressed out by time limits. And there's something about like having no limitations holding you back. Like people see your potential and people don't see you holding yourself back in any way. People see you as someone that like things always work out for. Like even when you're going through a situation that maybe seems bad, it's like things always work out for you in some way, shape, or form. So people perceive you as very lucky because of that. For some reason, I'm seeing the corpse bride in my mind's eye. But I'm specifically seeing her conscience. So maybe there's something about you having a conscience. Well, everybody does, but it's like you wouldn't do anything wrong to a person. You'd feel guilty for it. You think about what you're going to do before you do it. You think about what you're going to say before you say it. You care about other people's feelings. You're considerate. Also, when you do something, you think about the outcome or the consequence it's going to bring. You stop yourself from doing it if it's something bad. Something about having a beautiful smile and great hugs. Like I'm seeing people love your hugs and your affection because I'm seeing someone like give you a big hug and it just feels so warm and comforting. And as I say that, I feel like crying. So this is somebody or certain people that feel emotionally connected to you, that feel like you bring out an emotional side in them. They feel like they can come to you when they're sad, but maybe you also kind of bring them tears of joy, gratitude. I see people that are very grateful for you feeling this way. People also perceive you as the type of friend that would like lecture you against doing something bad, but if you decide to do that bad thing, I'm going to do it with you. But I'm going to advise you against it at first, but I'll do it with you. Kind of like ride or die energy. People often feel like you're someone that shows up in a more passive energy, and people often feel like they relate to you in some way. There's something about you being supportive, and something about you having some kind of growth mindset. And you always like strive to help others grow too. Like you're never just gonna like think about yourself selfishly in a situation. I'm seeing a situation where it's like you maybe get an opportunity, but it's like maybe you help somebody else get an opportunity too with that same person that gave you the opportunity because you want to like help others get to the top too, not just help yourself. So there's something about like putting people on. There's also this energy of like being restless or stressed out sometimes, but having stability. There's something about being a social chameleon, knowing how to like match people's energies. And that's why you're seen as so relatable, because you kind of like know how to match people's energies. And I think people's perceptions of you change based off who's viewing you, because you could act one way with one person because you're kind of like mirroring their energy, and maybe act a totally different way with another person. So I feel like people's perceptions of you change based off who we're reading. Obviously now we're reading like people, their overall perception of you, but you may find that certain people have like certain contradictory perceptions of you. So Knight of Wands reverse. We also have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Wands reverse. Yeah, Five of Wands reverse confirms what I said about passiveness. Maybe there's a fear of conflict here, but maybe also like when you're mad at a person, it could show up a little bit as passive aggressiveness with the Five of Wands reverse. Um, but I don't feel like that's for everybody. People assume that you were popular growing up or just like well liked by others. There's also something about like hyping up people around you. And people perceive it as like you don't try very hard with people. You're not coming on as like trying too hard, but you're also not coming across as somebody that tries too hard and work either. Maybe it's like you do the bare minimum, but it's like you still succeed in some way. So, for example, I'm seeing someone like at university and maybe they study the night before, but they still pass or they still do really well. So even like within work, you could maybe like do things last minute, but then still get your work done. That's what I'm seeing here. People also view you as very stable, grounded with the Two of Pentacles. You're kind of like a breath of fresh air. You're different from most people meet. Ace of Swords reverse. People are confused over the fact that you don't seem to put in a lot of effort, but somehow things always work out for you. You don't seem to try the hardest, but somehow things work out for you. And maybe it's because you're not putting so much pressure on yourself, but some people get confused because maybe they try so hard, but then things don't work out for them. But maybe they're putting so much pressure on it that they actually push that thing away. Like, what I'm getting from Spirit is like, in terms of manifestation, when you chase something, you almost like push it away. I'm seeing like some lady, her video in my mind's eye on Instagram. I don't know who she is, but like I saw her video a few days ago about like when you chase something, you push something away. So I'm seeing her say that in my mind's eye. Ace of Cups reverse and the Chariot. Some people are kind of like a little bit envious of how effortless things seem to you, but they also like want to learn from you in some way and be that way themselves. But I don't think this envy is showing through in a malicious way. It's more like, oh, I wish I could be more like that myself. I see some self-comparison here in the energy. Some people think that you lie and you secretly try hard but pretend that you don't behind closed doors. Because they're like, there's no way pile 3 just doesn't like try at all, but they somehow succeed. Like, how? I don't understand. That's the energy that's showing through from them. There's also something about you not being somebody that like takes a lot or is, you're not like entitled. And in fact, sometimes people want to be generous with you and give to you, but then you like turn it down because you don't want to like take too much, or you maybe feel bad when they like give you something. But some people like want to insist and give that thing to you, whether it be a compliment, an actual gift, helping you. I'm also seeing an RBF, but then like once a person talks to you, you have like the biggest smile, and then people get less intimidated by you. There's also like a nonchalance showing through here. You don't come across as like the most emotional person, but you also don't come across as somebody that overthinks a lot. And you kind of come across as somebody that like doesn't care a whole lot. Not that you don't care about like people, but you don't put so much care into like external things like achievements, or maybe like coming across a certain way. Maybe you don't care about like if you get this opportunity or not. it's like you're just happy with where you're at. Like, you don't necessarily seem to care so much. Like, for example, I see somebody like wanting an opportunity, and it's like other people put so much importance into having it, where if they don't have it, they're gonna be so sad and they're gonna feel rejected. But for you, maybe it's like you want it, but it's like you're not caring about it that much, where if you don't get it, you're okay. You know what I mean? That's kind of how people are seeing you. I'm also seeing somebody that's good with children. I'm seeing somebody that's a doctor or teacher or like surgeon. I'm also seeing a lot of earth sign energy with this pile, as well as Cancer energy with the Chariot. Sagittarius too. We will get some more zodiacs later on though. You don't come across as somebody that's boring. And there's something about like a flexibility showing through, either literal flexibility like with your body, or you're just like flexible and adaptable to change. There's also this energy showing up where you're not necessarily looking to prove yourself to other people. If somebody wants to believe in you, they can believe in you. If they don't, then so be it. Like, you're not going to jump through hoops to get a person's approval or validation or to prove yourself to them. You don't care about that. Maybe you don't really care about like other people's opinions of you. You probably watch these readings because of curiosity, not because you truly care what people think. I'm also getting something about a fast metabolism. I'm seeing somebody that like eats a lot but always maintains a certain weight, and people wonder how. And I'm also seeing somebody that like constantly drinks coffee. So maybe you're a coffeeholic, I guess. I'm seeing this energy of acts of service, kind of love language, where it's like you'll always do little things for the people around you. Like, for example, I'm seeing you at a party, and maybe it's like your friends are there and you get a drink for yourself but also for them. And I'm also seeing this energy of like being really funny, like having a good sense of humor, somebody that like isn't boring in any way. I keep getting that, like, people feel like they could never get bored with you. There's also something about you always attracting a lot of envy your way, where I see, okay, now I see like a different energy. Earlier I was like, oh, I kind of wish I had that, but it wasn't like malicious. But now I'm picking up on a different energy of a particular person that's always like maybe trying to steal your ideas or copy you or something, because I'm seeing Plankton in my mind's eye. You know how he was always like trying to steal the recipe? So there's someone like trying to steal your recipe, whatever that recipe is. It doesn't have to be a literal recipe, but it could be like the way you do something. Maybe they try copy it. I'm also seeing something about like being happy for other people's wins, being happy for other people when something good happens to them. Even if something bad is happening to you, you're going to be happy for them. Whereas other people can't seem to be like happy for them if they're going through something bad. People feel like they can put all their trust in you, and you're never gonna like let them down. There's also like this sexy kind of femme fatale energy I'm getting from this pile. Okay, so that is all I'm getting for this section of the reading. Let's move on to zodiacs and initials now. I'm also seeing somebody that's resourceful. So if you like this reading so far and you want to see more exclusive content of mine, I do have a membership where I post a video there weekly. And also, let me know how this has resonated with you so far in the comments below. So we have Aquarius. I'm also hearing dominating personality, Leo, Pisces, and I'm also seeing like leadership energy and Libra. I kind of want to get like one or two more zodiacs. So we also have Scorpio, and Taurus. There's also something about like being very different to a parent. Very, very opposite. IXDS. People also perceive you as very healthy physically. SNQEMRY. KZYO and L. I also feel at this last section of this reading that you're opening up your throat chakra, like clearing some kind of blockage there, learning to speak your truth. That could kind of like alter people's perception of you, where maybe they're seeing that you're like learning to stand up for yourself, you're learning to speak up for yourself, you're learning to become okay with self-expression. Okay, so that is all I have. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.